Brian Norman Jr. will not be facing Jerron Boots Ennis next in a unification fight. He will be fighting Jin Sasaki, and he's going to be traveling to Tokyo to do it. Let's talk about it.
Championship of the world from the Birmingham Mike Tyson. Tyson goes to work right away, and he gets moved out of the way. And the mouthpiece is not completely out. Oh, he doesn't even care.
It's your boy G5 Jeff TV, aka G5, aka 5, aka the Guru, and we got plenty to talk about. Brian Norman Jr. is going to be traveling to Tokyo to fight Jin Sasaki June 19th. It's basically the fight that nobody asked for. Everybody wants to see Brian Norman Jr. fight Jerron Boots Ennis. It's a unification fight. It's almost like a grudge match at this point, and it's a legacy fight for both guys. If you are a boxing traditionalist like myself, you want to see the best fight the best. And Boots Ennis, Brian Norman Jr. are two of the best guys at 147 pounds. They both have belts. And as a boxing traditionalist, you want to see unification. You want to see the best fight the best. And that's what that fight would represent. But unfortunately, we're not getting that fight. We are getting Jin Sasaki. Okay. Now, Jin Sasaki is ranked number 2 in the sanctioning body. It's a title defense for Brian Norman Jr. And he's willing to travel. So a lot of his fights has been in Mexico. He won his belt on the road. So I like Brian Norman Jr. Like sometimes I'll make comments about the Boots negotiations and it comes off like I'm not a fan of Brian Norman Jr. I'm of the belief that like you could be a fan of two fighters. You could be a fan of two fighters, even though the fighters may be rivals. So I'm from Philly. I love Boots, but I'm a fan of Brian Norman Jr. as well. 24 years old. He's a champion, legit champion too. Legit champion. And he went on the road to do it. I like his father, Brian Norman Sr. I like that father-son combination just in boxing, period, for a lot of different reasons. For a lot of different reasons. But this negotiation with him fighting Jin Sasaki, it kind of just proves to me that Brian Norman Jr. and Brian Norman Sr., they just don't like the Boots matchup. They just do not like the Boots matchup. And that's okay. Like, that's okay to say. Like, you don't like that Boots matchup. I mean, the proof is really in the negotiations. The proof is in the negotiations. The Boots fight fell through the first time. You end up taking a fight, fighting on an undercard, making 300,000 when you could have made a minimum 127 with Boots. Okay. Now you negotiate again, essentially, like it's mentioned again, and now you're going to Japan to actually defend your title against the number 2 ranked guy in the sanctioning body, but you're going on a road to do it. Now, I don't know the purses yet. I'm assuming it's going to be as high as payday. I'm assuming it's going to be over 500,000 for sure. But even if he was getting paid a million, this would still be another fight that he's taking where the purse is nowhere near the purse that he was offered for the Boots fight. This is how I know that they don't like the Boots matchup. I don't think they honestly believe that they can win that fight. And whether you're a Brian Norman Jr. fan or not, whether you justify him not fighting the Boots fight, you can't say that Eddie Hearn and Matchroom is lowballing Brian Norman Jr. when they're offering his biggest purse 5 times his biggest purse. You can't say you're getting lowballed. Like you just fought for 300,000. Okay. And this is what I don't like about the teams of fighters. Like I don't believe one fighter is scared of another fighter. I don't believe that. But sometimes it's okay to say, "Hey, I know the fans want to see this fight or the boxing public want to see this fight, but we're just going in a different direction. Like we have other plans." It's okay to say that. And a prime example is Canelo and David Benavidez. Like Canelo can fight David Benavidez whenever he wants. Canelo has fought tons of people. He just don't like that matchup. He just don't like that matchup. Like he will get in the ring with anybody but David Benavidez. And it's not to say that David Benavidez is like the boogeyman for Canelo. Him and his team just don't like that matchup. And I think it's a similar situation for Brian Norman Jr. and Brian Norman Sr. when it comes down to Boots Ennis. I don't think there will be an undisputed champion at 147 pounds because I don't think Brian Norman Jr. is ever going to step into the ring with Boots Ennis. Now, I'm from Philly. Okay. I'm from Philly. I think everybody knows that Boots Ennis and Brian Norman Jr. has sparred before. Now, I wasn't there when the spar happened, but I know somebody that was there, and I heard it didn't go well for Brian Norman Jr. Like, I got mixed stories on how bad it was for Brian Norman Jr., but I heard it wasn't that good of a performance in sparring against Boots. And a sparring story doesn't mean that's how it's going to play out in the actual fight. I'm not saying that at all. But the way Brian Norman Jr. and Brian Norman Sr. are moving business wise, they're just showing that they don't like that Boots fight. Like they feel like they would be selling the belt and selling their O, and they're trying to sell it for the highest price. But if they're going to stay away from Boots Ennis, and that's just their decision, then them traveling to fight Jen Sasaki, okay, if you're trying to build his career, you're trying to build him into a star, a global star, this is a step. But at some point, you just have to admit that you just don't like that matchup against Boots. It is what it is. And in my eyes, that's okay, just as long as you admit it. But y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section. It's your boy G5 Jeff TV. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. Like, what's wrong with y'all? Subscribe to the channel. Follow me on the social medias as well. Follow me on TikTok and Instagram and on Facebook as well. Holla at your boy. It's 5.